Good day, sheepies. This is the noisy sheep again, making noise for God in our noisy world. In today's gospel, Jesus calls Matthew to be one of his followers. He passed by Matthew and asked him, "Follow me." And fast forward at night, the Pharisees find Jesus dining with Matthew and his friends, and they were scandalized. Mind you, during that time, the tax collectors were considered serious sinners. Why? Number one, because they are considered traitors, because they are collecting tax for Rome, who is seen as oppressors of the Israelites, of the Jewish people. And number two, because the Romans only have quotas when they ask for tax from the people or from the tax collector, in this case Matthew. And the tax collectors can ask for more, and whatever is left from once the quota has been taken away belongs to the tax collectors. And it doesn't matter how much the tax collector asks the people. If the people don't pay, the centurions or the Roman soldiers will go and take it against them, and they will be in big trouble. So you can understand why the Israelites hate tax collectors like Matthew. And you can also understand how lucrative Matthew's life probably is. So when the Pharisees see Jesus dining with them, the Pharisees were thinking, how can Jesus dine from a sinful money or money from evil? But of course, we don't know that. Where the money that was spent for the food really came from. But the point is, a lot of people will say, well, Matthew really is a sinner. And he deserves being called like that because, after all, he is. And in fact, Jesus agrees with that. And that's why he said, I came to heal the sinners, not those who are well. And which is why he was trying to change the life of Matthew. But we might get distracted by all those details and neglect the fact that it was also a difficult part for Matthew. Some may think, wow, Matthew had a great opportunity, being chosen personally by Jesus to be one of his disciples, to be an apostle, in fact, in the future. But we are also called like Matthew, and yet not all of us turn out the same way as Matthew became. What we are missing is the fact that Matthew, when he was called, left behind that lucrative job that he had. Matthew left behind all the riches that he had, the comfort, the security from being close with the Romans, everything. And you might even think that some people might be angry at him because they are jealous or envious of him. And we miss a lot when we ignore that fact that Matthew, even though we think that he is blessed to be called, he still had to let go of a lot of things. And we will, more importantly, miss a lot when we fail to realize that Jesus is also calling us, you and me, to follow him. But the difference will lie whether, like Matthew, are we going to focus on Jesus, turning away from our life of sin, and more importantly, letting go of the things that might hold us. Matthew's book becomes the start of the New Testament, showing us how great Matthew has become. And we can be like him if we will follow his example and heeding Jesus' call by giving our whole lives to Jesus.